In the newest Green Lantern series, Sinestro officially became a Red Lantern, and bro, he wants Hal Jordan dead. There is nothing that is going to stop him at all. However, before we get to Sinestro becoming a Red Lantern, let's talk about everything that happened before that, because a lot has happened before that. The main premise of this series so far is pretty much that Sinestro was stuck on planet Earth and he is trying to leave to go back to his home planet of Kurigar. Now, Sinestro's ring is currently out of power and it doesn't work. Sinestro then goes to Hal Jordan and asks him for his ring so that he could go to his home planet. However, Hal's ring only works for Hal. It doesn't work for anyone else. And we know this because Hal Jordan literally created his ring out of pure willpower. Sinestro was very salty about this, so he proceeded to detonate a bunch of sonic bombs in Central City. Now, Hal Jordan knows he's not fast enough to stop these sonic bombs, so he calls someone who is, and that's when we see the Scarlet Speedster himself, the Flash. Now guys, this is my favorite part of the comic. We literally get to see Green Lantern and the Flash work together and utilize their skill sets to mold them together to stop the bomb. Green Lantern literally makes a shield construct and Flash grabs it in super speed. The shield constructs are thin enough to where they can triangulate the location of all of the bombs, and Flash runs around the entire city at light speed. As Barry finds each bomb, he uses Hal's shield to hit them in the sky so that Hal can then just destroy them. However, Green Lantern's willpower is running out, so he tells Flash that he really needs to hurry because he's at his limit. So Flash rushes to the other bombs and hits them into the sky at the same time, and Green Lantern then uses his ultimate collapse construct to destroy both of the bombs at once. And then we get an awesome handshake moment between the two, and bro, like, this duo is goated. Hal and Barry then go to the Air Force where Sinestro had actually left some weird thing on one of the drones there. Barry Allen is a crime scene analyst, so he literally noticed something is on the drone and something looks wrong with it. However, before he could further investigate, Carol walks in and they have a pretty nice little family reunion. Also guys, Carol has a completely new boyfriend and she's actually engaged. She's not even with Hal anymore, and she kind of wants nothing to do with him. However, the family reunion can't last too long because they get reports of Major Disaster, a villain who basically does a bunch of like natural disaster powers. He's attacking Los Angeles, so they have to leave. And once they get there, bro, they see a bunch of tornadoes and they literally see a bunch of meteors attacking. Now, Flash uses the Speed Force to basically spin the tornado inside out. And if that isn't cool enough, Hal Jordan literally plays pool with the meteors. He literally takes out 3 meteors with one construct ball. Barry then takes out Major Disaster, and that's the end of that fight. Now, at the end of this comic, we didn't see Barry and Hal have a heart-to-heart, and Barry pretty much gives Hal some advice on getting Carol back. Barry pretty much says, bro, like, instead of constantly chasing her, why not just be the friend that she fell in love with? Because Hal is kind of like, he has not left Carol alone, bro. Now, this comic actually ends with the airplane drones that we saw from earlier activating, and we see them kind of power up, and they're planning to do who knows, really. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Peace. Nah, I'm just playing. Let's get into issue 5 right now. Issue 5 starts with a really interesting and powerful monologue by Sinestro, and I'm gonna let you guys pause to read. Like, I don't even want to attempt to try to recite this because, like, it is just so freaking awesome. It's so good. And that's when we see a massive explosion from one of the drones. Now, in this issue, we find out that the drones from the last issue are actually being controlled by Sinestro. Sinestro's plan is to strike fear into everyone, and the reason why is because he wants to amp his Yellow Lantern power ring so that he could leave Earth. These drones are super duper powerful, and Carol tells Hal that no one has ever beaten the drones in any scenario. But bro, does she know who she's talking to, man? This is the man without fear, Green Lantern. Lantern heads to the sky to follow one of the drones, which is headed to Las Vegas. And right as the drone is about to incinerate the city, Green Lantern destroys the drone. Sinestro is very disappointed by this, so he tells another drone commander to activate cloak mode. Now bro, this drone is now completely invisible. Lantern heads to the last location of the drone, which is in Tokyo, and he flies at super speed. Carol then explains how the cloaking device works to Hal. She says it's a Rochester cloak. Various lenses bend the light to render the object invisible. However, Hal Jordan then uses his ring to manipulate the light around him and create different color constructs so that he can filter the wavelengths. So he then switches the color of the construct, and then he finally is able to see the drone. Once he spots it, Hal rocks a construct and takes out the whole planet plane. Now Sinestro is furious about this, but he carries out his plan. He sends the rest of his drones at full speed as he says, it's time to make the people of this planet fear again. Carol says the drones have already attacked several cities. I'm scared, Hal. And that's when Hal realizes it. Fear. That's what Sinestro is trying to create. Green Lantern literally then goes to the Tokyo News and he gives a very heartfelt speech to millions of people. Green Lantern exposes Sinestro's name and says that Sinestro is just looking to spread fear, but no, we cannot let that happen. The human race has always conquered fear since the dawn of time. We have courage. That's what separates us from everyone else. Hal literally instills hope in everyone who watches, and it's such a beautiful and compelling moment. Like, it's probably honestly my favorite moment. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, seeing Carol Ferris's beautiful face smiling as she listens Hal's speech, it really is different. Like, you can tell, like, she's starting to like Hal again, bro. Like, she's starting to, like, you know, really respect that, you know what I mean? Like, however, wholesome moments are over. Sinestro has sent 2 massive drones to 2 different monumental places at the same time. One drone is headed to Washington, D.C., and the other is headed to Moscow. But Sinestro is literally trying to destroy the White House. He's literally committing global terrorism with these drones. The drones are already gone, and Hal Jordan cannot go after both. He only can pick one. So Hal then does something he has never done before. He ascends to space and he tells Carol his plan. He is going to send 2 constructs at super speed to both locations where the drones are headed in hopes to stop them. Hal then sends a large eagle and a mountain lion to the locations, and this is going to take all of the willpower in Hal's being. Sinestro thinks his plan is working, but Hal's constructs literally goes at super speed and destroys both of the drones, which, like, this is an insane feat, guys. After Hal obliterated both of the drones, everyone cheers him on like the hero that he is, but Sinestro is pissed. But luckily, so is Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan immediately says, where is Sinestro? And luckily, they got the drop on him. Hal immediately pulls up to Sinestro's little lair and says, yo, I'm ready to put an end to you once and for all. Did you really think that you could scare my planet? Scare my people? To what? Jumpstart your ring? Become the great and mighty Sinestro again? But Sinestro then says, I came here for help, you imbecile. Something is wrong with the emotional spectrum. You must have felt it by now. But after our encounter, my power was gone. I was stranded on the streets of your world. I looked for ways home, Jordan, but the United Planets was guarding what went in and what went out. What could I do? I had to make people afraid of me again. I needed to instill enough fear in your planet of lawless apes to allow me to charge my ring. I was doing you a favor, really, but then you had to stop me. The hero, the optimist. Hal Jordan did reply saying, not sorry to disappoint you. But Sinestro comes back with, disappoint me? No, Hal Jordan of Sector 2814, you haven't disappointed me. As a matter of fact, you've done something more. You've given me the gift. You filled me with the rage. And that's when we see Sinestro literally manifest a Red Lantern ring, making him a Red Lantern, bro. This is super cool. And that is actually the end of issue 5, but let's get into issue 6 because this is when things get crazy. As we see Sinestro go after Green Lantern saying, die, Jordan, die. We then see the 2 characters battle with their constructs. Sinestro was literally manic. He's making constructs to lash out at Hal Jordan with no actual accuracy. Hal says, Sinestro, you have to calm down. This isn't you. But Sinestro replies saying, it is me, the real me, not the one whose will was bent by the great darkness, not the one who was trapped on your world where children looked at me with amusement instead of fear. No, this is power. We didn't see the 2 characters literally mash and clash, and like the art is just so beautiful. This literally looks like something out of like an animated series. Like, it looks really good. Sinestro literally sends a rhino at Hal Jordan and it literally destroys all of Hal's constructs. There's no escape from Sinestro's rage. Sinestro then makes a fury of constructs and sends it after a bunch of innocent planes. It's literally some type of demonic monster, dragon, something crazy. And Hal then swoops right in and turns himself into an octopus and saves all of the planes, which I think this stuff is so cool. But then Hal realizes something strange is happening. My ring is glowing. I can feel it as if it's supercharged. What the hell is going on? Something is literally amping Hal's ring and he doesn't know what it is. Sinestro then replies, how brave. but how will you save your world when I rip it in half? And then he turns himself into a massive monster. Paladin replies just like this, and then he uses the amped energy from his ring and makes himself into a giant transformer. This is absolutely insane, bro. Hal is literally a freaking transformer. And then Hal literally says, and they say movies will rot your brain. Like, bro, this is absolutely awesome. I loved it. We didn't see the Transformer and Godzilla, which, I mean, he kind of looks like Godzilla, so I'm just gonna call him that. We see them battle it out, and bro, this is a crazy fight that literally is a freaking city level fight, literally. Hal literally beats the brakes out of Sinestro and knocks him down. And Hal then tries to plead with him, saying, Sinestro, something's wrong with the emotional spectrum. We need to stop. But Sinestro says, I'll never stop. Sinestro is so angry, he literally creates an explosion just from thinking. That's how much energy he has. Hal says, you have to stop this. This rage isn't normal. You don't know what it will do. But Sinestro replies saying, what it will do is get me back to Korugar. The consequences be damned. My home world was taken from me. I will have it back, and then I will raise this universe from one end to the next. I will show everyone that the rage of Sinestro is to be more than feared. Sinestro then flies away to go to Korugar, and Hal chases after him. However, once he's in mid-orbit, his ring literally just turns off. He's not really allowed to be in space. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of this comic. I really think you guys should read it yourself because, you know, some interesting things happen. Go read the rest of this series, guys. Go read issues 1 through 6, please. Thank you guys for watching me. Thank you guys for loving my channel, subscribing, liking, all of that's good stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace.